Hi everyone, this is Sam again. I just wanted to do kind of a walk around of my machine shop that I have that I use to build all the projects, including the diesel motorcycle and wood gasifiers and stuff like that. This is my latest project that I've been working on. It is a 1906 Crescent bandsaw that I picked up, and it originally was a woodworking bandsaw, and I've converted it to be a metalworking bandsaw for me. And I've got an old Hoover electric motor that's belt driven to a worm gear reduction box that is 100-to-1 ratio, and then it goes through a chain drive that runs the shaft up to the blade. And I'll go ahead and plug it in so you can see how that works. There we go. Wide angle shot over here. That's the bandsaw right there. I just got it working today. Some of the other tools I use, I've got a DeWalt bench grinder. It comes in handy for a lot of stuff, and I have it sitting on top of a tractor trailer drum brake. It makes a good round base, keeps it base heavy, but also the fact that it's round allows me to just tilt it and roll it when it's in the way, because it's definitely pretty heavy to try to lift. So I'll go ahead and unplug this for now. This is another tool that I have. It is a horizontal bandsaw, and it's set up very similar to the vertical bandsaw I have. It is chain driven off this 110 volt half horse electric motor, and I'm not 100% sure of the year, but this is a Kalamazoo, very well built cast iron body, still cuts straight and narrow. I love that bandsaw. It does a great job of doing large cuts and keeping them straight. Let's see, over here, this is a 1966 Rockwell lathe, and I've done a couple modifications to it. As you can see, I've got a DC drive on there and a DC electric motor. That's 180 volts, and it's wired up to 220 to where all I have to do is hook it up. And let's move this out just a little bit, make sure it's out of the way. You see, the nice thing about it is I can just dial my speed down. Makes it very easy to work with. Everything mechanically still works just fine. The gearbox, I'm able to cut threads using this lathe. I've got a chucked tailstock as well as a ball bearing center to go in my tailstock. It's an 8-foot lathe, and it works really well. I love the older machinery. They seem to hold up a lot better than the newer stuff that they come out with today. Down here is a Hobart 190, 220 MIG welder. I've got it set up on gas. I really like Hobart. They are a great at-home company. They're the home version of Miller, and Miller makes a very good machine. And let's see, this is my 1945 Gossiger drill press, and it's set up very similar to the lathe, as it's got a DC electric motor, and you can. Now the original setup allowed you to twist this handle right here, and it would raise and lower these guides, and up, and then you can go down, but it would manually change the belt drives up and down. But this particular one, I've done the same thing as on the lathe. I've got a DC controller, so I can just dial it down. Works great for tapping because you can stop it in the middle, go to reverse, and you can back the tap right out. It does a really good job of keeping taps nice and straight. This is my Hypertherm plasma cutter. It's for its size, it's very compacted, but it does a great job. It cuts 3/4 of an inch is what it's rated for, but it has a shear capacity of 1 inch. It's been a pretty good little setup. I've been pretty happy with it. And let's see, over here is a 1953 Seijo Sweden milling machine. It's a very interesting mill. It was originally a universal mill, and I have the 90-degree adapter because it's also capable of being a vertical or horizontal. I do not have any of the components to make a horizontal mill, but I do have that 90-degree green adapter that you see right here. And for 1953, this thing was pretty, I would say, ahead of its time. If you look over here, it's got this belt-driven gearbox that runs off the back of the spindle, and you can change gear ratios between these two, and it's got 2 settings here and 3 settings here, so that gives you 6 combinations of speed that run 2 of these drive shaft, and I am working on trying to get the other drive shaft installed. But the drive shafts run down to the table, and depending on which lever you engage, you can have automatic feeds on X, Y, and Z, which was, I think, pretty rare for its time. And it also, you know, it'll go left, right, up, down, forward, and backwards, depending on which lever you push, pull, and all that. And I've also got a rotary table that does a pretty good job for being able to clamp round things in there. You can make your own hex head bolts if you needed to, stuff like that. Yeah, that's pretty much the whole shop. Oh, and down here on the end, I forgot about this little one. It is a Dake arbor press. That's a nice little tool to have, you know, pressing bearing seats in and stuff like that. It comes in handy. Like on the vertical bandsaw I was just working on, I was able to use this to press the pins in and out of the chain on that chain drive system that you see running on the side of the machine. But, and as far as the diesel bike is concerned, it's still here. I've got a lot of work to do to it. The other day I got a variable displacement pump to go on the bike, but the only problem is the current pump that's on there is about half the size as this pump, so I'm going to have to do some major reworking to squeeze this big variable displacement pump down in there. But hopefully I'll have an update on that soon as well. But thanks everyone for your comments, and be posting another video on the motorcycle build before long. Thank you.